We respectfully request the Sangha of great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính Đại Đức Tăng Thịnh, vì thứ Pháp hội cập nhật thiết chúng sanh, thịnh chuyên diệu Pháp luân giao đạo hạ môn. Như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tớ chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sadanto Si Chế Đô Ye Ơ La Hơ Đi San Mèo San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tát Tát Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual doctrines. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai jian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou chi Yuan Jie Ru Lai Zheng Shi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good new advisors of Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Sát, Ching Liang Ta Sư, Sư Phụ Sang Rần Cơ Wei, Chu Cha Rần Cơ Wei, Sang Trừ Sư Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Tăng Lương Đại Sư, Thượng Thiên Hóa, quý Thầy Cô và quý vị thiện sư Thích Ca Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 9th of November 2025. We here at Way Mountain Temple to continue discussing the Avatamsaka Sutra. We are on chapter 1, slide 260. This is the section where it describes the world rulers at the level of the fourth is the four heavenly heaven kings and heavens, and that's where these dragon king rulers reside. And thank you for joining us. All right, let's go right into it. Dragon king swift, pure color, gain a passage into liberation of, giving rise to the ocean of all sentient beings' great aspirations and happiness.
清净色速极龙王，得出生一切众生大爱乐欢喜海解脱门。
Okay, this dragon king here, Master YongHua says, swift, pure color. He can change color very fast, meaning in general, he can do a lot of transformation very quickly. He makes transformation, that's the manifestation of his spiritual powers. These beings, let me remind you, they have spiritual powers in order to do their work, not to impress you, not to gain fame and get the upper hand. It's about helping you. That's why they manifest spiritual powers. So therefore, a reminder for you, I personally believe it's not good to have spiritual powers until you have great wisdom, until you have real significant wisdom. This is what makes our Mahayana different from the non-Buddhist people, from the Hinayana people, as well as the Hinayana Mahayana people, which I refer that to my YongHua disciples. Okay? You don't want spiritual penetrations, folks. It's a hindrance and a distraction. And once people know you have spiritual penetrations, they keep on coming to you for favors. Okay? No good. But look at what happens at this level where these beings here, dragon world rulers, are very advanced. They are actually Mahasattvas who pretend to be dragons, dragon kings. So don't be fooled by appearances. Again, you see, the big ones, they always manifest the small. They never really reveal themselves. Okay? And he came to this position. Okay? This line here, a passage into liberation, okay, off, meaning that for him to get to his assignment, this is what he had to cultivate to get there. He's enlightened a long time ago already, okay? And along his cultivation along the way, he accomplished many, many great things. But for him to be mentioned in the Avatamsaka Sutra and to be where he's at right now, ruling over the very unruly dragons. The dragons have a lot of spiritual powers, and therefore they're very unruly. Okay? And so for him to get to that point there, what did he do? In order to qualify for his job, his position, to get his promotion, he's able to give rise to the ocean of living beings, great aspirations, and happiness. Okay? So what is his great aspirations and happiness? I want to see the original Chinese. I don't like these English translations, and sometimes the Chinese explanation. Okay? He says here, 大爱乐, 欢喜. Okay, 欢喜 is joy, happiness, joy, more joy than happiness. Okay. So he is able to make living beings experience great joy. So far, so good. Okay, he gives joy to people, or to living beings, especially to his dragons. Because dragons, okay, the dragon subjects he rules over are very afflicted. They, at a drop of a hat, they get very upset. They get very afflicted, okay? And when they get afflicted, they punish you. They make you pay. They burn you alive. Like in the Game of Thrones. Have you seen Game of Thrones? One of my favorite TV shows. Okay? And so the dragons, his dragon subjects, are very, very afflicted, very angry, and so he rules over them by somehow making them give rise to happiness. They're happy. When they're happy, when a dragon's happy, they don't punish you. They use spiritual powers, the fun spiritual powers, to help you, to benefit you and have fun with you. Okay? That's what happiness is about. Okay? So they have fun themselves, and then they use the spiritual powers to give fun to you, have fun with you. Okay? That's what happiness for these beings who have a lot of spiritual powers is important. So far, so good. What about aspirations? 大爱乐. I is love, love is bliss. Okay? And so I would not translate it as aspirations, but I will translate it as great love and happiness. I would not call aspirations. Okay? I is love. Love is bliss. Okay? And so what he's doing here is through his rule, through his help, his dragon subjects are able to find love. Okay? I is love, great love. And le here, love. And le here is about bliss. Okay? So they find love in a sense of the emotions, great love, meaning that you're experiencing not just simple love, but great love. Very strong emotions. And bliss means that bliss, when you hear the word bliss in Buddhism, that tells you that it refers to the joy that you experience from entering samadhi. Okay? The bliss you experience from samadhi is very different from the pleasures you experience in your daily life. Okay? And you want both. You see, right here is wisdom. You want both the regular pleasures from your sensory organs. Okay, that's important. That's how you bond with your mother, with your son, with the people you care for. Okay? Going to for a drink after work, that's how you bond with people. Okay? Go to the restaurant, your family, eat over a meal, you bond over the good food. Okay? So that love there is important. You see, this wisdom right now. Can you see that? In the traditional Asian cultivation, they want you to abstain from everything. You have to renounce love, you have to renounce food, you have to renounce sleep, and all those things. That's only the starting point. When you get up there, this is when you begin to understand that in order for you to help everyone, you need to have a full experience so that you understand what's important to others. Is that clear? So traditionally, don't misunderstand us as like self-deprivation as extreme and so forth. No, it's only a secret recipe to help you get up there. But when you get up there, there are a lot more things that it would be that you learn through studying the Avatamsaka Sutra for you to realize that the Buddhist training is complete, it's well-rounded. It's not skewed at all towards a self-denial, towards extreme austerity and so forth. Is that clear? Okay. So the love here is that at his level, he realizes that in order to appease these beings who have great spiritual powers, the last thing you want to do is to piss them off. Does it make sense? Make them happy so that they say, okay, I forgive you today. You pissed me off, but I forgive you. Try that with your wife. You got that? Okay? So this is very useful. This is that's how you can help wholesale. Does it make sense? So what they're doing now, in order for him to get to this celestial king level, he has to help a lot of beings. And that's what it takes. So far, so good. So he helps living beings have love, they have bliss. Okay, love meaning very, very pleasurable feelings. See, no denial there. This is important to living beings, especially to dragons. It's okay. I will help you experience those things. And then le is that with that, you also need to cultivate, to experience bliss. So far, so good. Okay? And that's I, le, and huanxi is joys. Joy is little things. It makes you bring joy, bring a smile to your face. And it also says the ocean of sentient beings, meaning ocean, meaning that that all these beings, okay, they have different likes and dislikes and so forth. He's able to accommodate their desires and their enjoyment. Okay? Does it help anyone? Okay? And that's a level that you need to have this kind of mindset. You want to get up there. Okay? All right. Next. Dragon King, booming sounds, scaring everywhere, gain a passage into liberation of, manifesting all impartial, delightful, and unobstructed sounds.
普恒大音龙王得示现一切平等乐意无碍音解脱门。
Okay. Let me see what he's talking about. Dharma sounds, I'm happy. Okay. Sometimes, after eating lunch on Sunday afternoon, I change my mind. And now recently, I keep on, digressing from what Master YongHua explains. Okay, because maybe I'm too lazy. I don't feel like reading too much. Okay. Booming sound scaring everywhere. So the sound here is this deep sound, booming sound, like a what is it, woofer or what on the speakers? What is the part that has a booming sound? Subwoofer. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's like a speaker that is right, something like that. That's what I used to love when I drove in Minnesota. Well, this is my era, like 40 years ago, 50 years ago. It's before your time, before you were born, okay? Okay, that's okay. Most of you weren't even born then, okay? So it's very cold, and so in the summertime, we love to take off the sunroof, okay, and drive around, the car around, and so you drive the sunroof around, and you get to a red, a stoplight, and someone pulls up next to you, usually a black guy, okay, with his top off as well, top down as well, and he just boom, 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 and it's always you have this gadum, 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 and boom, 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 and you say, oh, that's Big Brother coming again, another Big Brother, and so that's the booming sound I'm talking about. You cannot not notice, okay? They come near you, boom, 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 and your heart beats, boom, 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 okay? Maybe that's how they get the opposite sex attention. Huh? We don't know. Okay, carrying everywhere, meaning that the booming sound there, it goes very far. Okay, so when he speaks, his sound is booming, and so it commands your attention. And from very far, it travels a distance. Very far, we're talking about the entire world, okay? Okay. And into liberation, he got to that position by manifesting all sorts of sounds that are impartial, delightful, unobstructed sounds. Okay, unobstructed clearly is that nothing can stop it, not even walls, not even distances. So far, so good. Okay, that's very powerful. It cannot be stopped. Delightful is that when the dragons hear his sound, they give rise to delight. They love it. Okay? And this is very much like when the Buddha was alive, when he spoke Dharma. Everyone in the assembly experienced delight in their heart. It's so interesting. I know you come to the lectures on Sunday afternoon and you have full and you're sleepy. What happened to Jin Xiang? Does he come to the temple anymore? Anyway, usually Jin Xiang would look over to her side, she'd be sleeping. Okay, so I would not call that delightful, okay, but happy. So delightful is that you hear the Buddha sound when the Buddha spoke Dharma, people took delight in listening to it. Okay, it's so interesting. Why delightful? Why would living beings, the people who attended the Buddha's lecture, delighted in listening to his lectures? Why do you think? I know you don't. That's why I'm trying to testing to see if you understand that state. Why you feel delight when you don't, when you feel sleepy? They feel delightful when you listen to lecture. When you listen to my lecture, you say, I don't know. You disagree and you whine. You say, why do I have to sit for so long? An hour and a half, that's too long. On Sunday afternoon, yes sir, why? Why? Wait is in Korean. Wait.
Nuevo, por favor. Thank you, Master. I think to answer your question for myself, whether I'm sleepy, half hearing, full hearing what you're sharing during the lecture, when I experience delight is when the Dharma talk is helping me remove some obstructions or help me be more clear and simpler.
Is that really delight that you're experiencing, or just experiencing like an insight? Something pops in your mind, something pops in your brains. It's not delight, is it? It's like that's what it is.
What's not delightful about that?
It happened to me a lot, but never felt delight at all. I used to listen to Master YongHua's lectures, and something popped in my mind, actually, pop, pop, pop. But it's not delightful. It's just like, yeah, it's nice. But when we talk about delightful here, it's actually, they really love it. It's so delightful. Like you hear Horowitz playing the piano, that's delightful. Huh? Like someone playing the flute, okay? Someone playing, Vicky's daughter playing the harmonica. She's so offended. The harmonica? It starts the same, doesn't it? Oh, the harp, excuse me. The beautiful harp there, very fancy old harp, expensive old harp. As you go like this, that's delightful, okay? Because you find joy in it. But, so this is what this is what happened at the Buddha sound as well. When this Dragon King here, you can hear his voice, you experience delight. Oh, I want to hear. What is he saying? And the same thing happens when the Buddha spoke Dharma, by the way. All the people in the assembly experience delight listening to the lecture. It's fascinating. Why? Anyone? That's what we're missing out. Why is it they experience delight and we don't? What is it that they have that we don't? Cinco. You from Venezuela or Colombia? I'm kidding.
Near Venezuela, Master.
Near Venezuela. Very dangerous to be Venezuela nowadays. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I forgot the question because you were saying the things about Colombia.
You see, it is so contagious. My forgetfulness. It's not, don't say it's old age, okay? It's some sort of disease that's going around. My disciples nowadays are complaining they're so forgetful themselves. Not just Diego, everyone. Yes. What was you saying?
Thank you, Master. I think that they feel that the livefulness because they're connecting with the true nature, with the Buddha nature, and that's our inherent joy, our inherent state.
Not bad. It's very, very creative, but not what I'm looking for. Anyone else? Why do you experience delight? Why do they experience delight when we don't? I gave you a clue already. You see, I like a drop breadcrumbs before, wherever I go, and you guys don't pick up on the clues. Yes, 7. What are the clues? I just gave you the clues.
Master, is because we are not enlightened. You have to reach a certain level to be able to hear it?
Not true. When disciples of the Buddha, when they came to listen to him, a lot of his the listeners in the audience were kings and officials. Most of them were not enlightened. Yes, in the back.
Master, based on your clue, I think that deep inside of them, their nature is good. And so when they hear something that deep inside, that remind them of the goodness that they have, so they bring joy of the good that they are experiencing. It the reminder of them that they are a good person, and they like it.
You like being a good person? What if you are evil, like you are a demon or something? Demons came to listen to the Buddha's lectures too. Okay? Yes, sir. 5.
Thank you, Master. The thing that I can relay is that before I came to Bodhi Light International, I felt lost. Like I didn't have a place, I didn't know. But once I found this place, for me it was delightful because it was something that I was missing in my life that I think I came back.
I remember, still distinctively remember, I saw Diego at Lu Mountain Temple a long time ago because Sienna, back then she was Shana Han, okay? She brought him to her, from her China in the Park class, right? That's where you came from. And then Diego came to the temple, and I ran to him at Home Depot, okay? I was buying some plumber's tape or something. And Diego said, "Hey, hi, Master. You remember me?" I said, "No." But back then, he was not delightful at all. It took a while. But anyway, no. Yes, sir. 1. 1.
Master, I think because the Buddhas know their taste, so he talked about what they like to hear, so they become delightful.
And what about him? What about Dragon King booming sounds?
The same, he knows what the taste of the beings.
I haven't thought of that, but that's creative. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, he's the abbot, so I need to be kind to him. Yes, sir. 9.
Master, I think in a historical perspective, we have to look at singularity of one love. What did these followers of Buddha have going for themselves except for gathering around some sage that could teach them how to have a beautiful life? So to them, that sprang probably almost an eternal feeling of enjoyment and delight.
Okay. No. Anyone else? Huh? Any original thinking here? It's fundamental, folks. Okay? It's so simple, and yet it's not that obvious. Okay? When Buddha spoke Dharma, like this Dragon King booming sound carrying everywhere, why does he have a carrying that has a booming sound? It's because he wants to benefit living beings. Yeah? He wants to benefit his dragon subjects. That's why he has this voice, booming sound. Okay? And this booming sound here is how he uses his skills to help the dragons. All right? And so, yes, go for us.
My guess was that they were excited to hear you and they had never heard your voice. So that excitement delighted them, was a precursor to their actual delighting of you.
Very original, but no. Anyone else? Okay. Here's the thing. It's so fundamental and you guys don't realize it. This is a measuring stick. This is why I bring it up to your attention. Okay? Buddha speak Dharma for what reason? Why did Buddha spoke Dharma? Yes, Jung. I can't hear you. No, 8.
To help us rid us of our ignorance.
Rid of your ignorance. Okay, yeah. To benefit you. The Buddhas spent 50 years of his life speaking Dharma because that's the most important tool for him to benefit us. Listening to the Dharma is extremely beneficial. Listening to the Buddha speaking Dharma is unsurpassed in terms of your own benefits. Believe it or not. That's why Buddha spent his entire career speaking Dharma. He didn't go around, fly around and try to impress you. No, he's always, constantly speaking Dharma because that's his best way to benefit us. Yes, 8.
Master, when we listen to the Dharma, do we get blessings just from listening?
Absolutely. A lot more than you realize. And this is the thing. They help us gain so much, and yet we have no clues at how much we received. Okay? That's why Buddhas after a while say, oh, just forget about gratitude. These people, they're ungrateful. Yes, 7. He gave them so much when they take it for granted.
Thank you, Master.
And they listen half an ear, and some of them, in Korea, they go. Okay. And that's why you look at them. If you're a Buddha, look at them. Okay, yeah, okay. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. Patricia says, Emitofuo, Master, maybe because it was the Buddha himself who was speaking.
No, okay. Okay, yeah. Hurry up. Don't stay in Mexico. Okay, you need to get out. Okay, anyway, so Buddha's main job is to save us, is to help us, okay? And the best way to help us, to save us, is to speak Dharma. Is that clear? That's why he didn't teach Chan, he didn't teach mantra, he didn't do Fochi, he didn't do a lot of things that we do nowadays. He only spoke Dharma exclusively. Agree? He never bowed the 10,000 Buddhas' repentance. Never did recited the Avatamsaka Sutra. the Buddha's name, never did it himself. He just spoke Dharma constantly. Every chance he's got, he spoke Dharma. So far, so good. He didn't fly up in the air and manifest and show off. No, he spoke Dharma time and time again, because that's the best way to help us. That's the best way to benefit us. So far, so good. That's what he does. That's his part. When the people who listen to him experience delight in the Dharma sounds of the Buddha, what happens when they experience delight in the Buddha sounds? They kept on coming time and time again. Oh, Buddha spoke Dharma. You know, when my master was alive, Master Hsien was alive, this is towards the end of his career, and he was very sick then, and that's when I started entering his world. And I noticed he would come to, he traveled all around his many temples. They have like 30 different locations, okay, in California and in the East Coast and so forth. And he would come on, let's say, a Thursday afternoon, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and they spread the words around. They say, oh, Master YongHua is coming to International Translation Institute, ITI, in Burlingame. Okay, Burlingame is about half an hour, 40 minutes from, no, actually 45 minutes from San Jose, okay? And he would come, and and I happened to be there. I was at my early days with his system. I noticed like 40 people showed up in the middle of the afternoon. It's amazing. This morning I counted here. Okay, how many people we have? 22. I counted. I said, almost as close as Master YongHua already, halfway. But it's Sunday morning, and you know the schedule, everything. No, these people, they dropped everything, and they came to listen to him speak Dharma. Okay? And so what's interesting here is because when the Buddha spoke Dharma, living beings didn't understand it's very beneficial for them. All they knew is that, I like it. Okay? It is so wonderful to listen to his sound, listen to his teachings. Therefore, they keep on coming and coming to enjoy it. Okay? And when they keep on coming, they're getting more and more benefits. They get more and more out of the teachings. And that's, whereas in the Dharma ending age, most people do not enjoy listening to the Dharma anymore. You know that? I went to Korea, and it's amazing. The Koreans, every time I spoke Dharma, a lot more people came. They would drive a couple hours sometimes, 2-3 hours sometimes, to listen to Dharma and go home. Every night. And some nights I wasn't feeling good, so I just BS, and I didn't know what I was talking about, and they came back the following night. Go figure. I don't get it. My point is that why do people experience delight? Because of their blessings. If you really have blessings, that's how you're able to come and listen to the Buddha's sermons. We don't have such blessings. That's why he's dead already. Forget it. Okay? So now we don't know what it's like to listen to him speak Dharma. But if we were able to listen to him speak the Dharma, we will be experiencing delight. It's very delightful. At the end of every sutra, there's a circulation section. It says, the Great Assembly listened to Buddha's lecture, sermons, and that they 84,000 dragons and bodhisattvas and arhats experienced great delight. Okay, right? And they got up, bowed in gratitude, and went away and cultivated. So the point here is that it takes a lot of blessings to be able to experience delight. A lot of blessings, folks. Don't take for granted, okay? And that's why something you won't be able to understand because you are not able to experience delight from our lectures. You just find it funny, you find it comical, okay? But you don't experience delight. You find it entertaining, but not delightful. Let's face it, okay? All right, so, yes, 7.
Dạ, kính thưa Thầy, con muốn hỏi là người nghe Pháp trực tiếp tới đây nghe Pháp với lại nghe trên YouTube thì cái phước đức nó có bằng nhau hay là nó chênh lệch như thế nào hả Thầy? A Di Đà Phật. Yeah.
Hello, Master. I have a question. So for those who come and listen directly from your teaching versus the people who just tuning in online, is there a difference in the amount of blessings, or how does it balance out?
There's a huge difference. For example, my teachers, when he was alive, his disciples have a lot of blessings. That's why they were able to learn from him directly. I came late and I listened to him speak Dharma live for about less than 10 times. Less than 10 times, then he died. Okay? And during those times I listened to him, I did not really experience delight at all. I said, what is he talking about? Okay? And so that shows you the difference in blessings. Okay? And now I looking back, I say, I wish I were there earlier so that I could ask more questions. I wish I had so many questions, but I never could ask him. I love to be able to ask him. Okay? And so there's a huge difference in blessings between you being there versus you watching it online or listening to the tape. Okay, huge difference. All right, no two ways about it. That's how it is. That's all we have. Go ahead, JMT.
마스터 그 법문을 듣는 것만으로도 복이 된다고 하셨는데 혹시 처음부터 다시 할게요. 그 제가 한 4-5명의 데이터를 갖고 있는데요. 단식을 할 때 굉장히 힘들고 고비가 있을 때 마스터의 영어로 된 그 법문을 들으면서 단식을 할 때 힘들 때 이렇게 고비를 넘긴다는 사람이 있는데 그게 법문을 듣는 것만으로도 복이 증장이 돼서 단식의 그런 고통이나 힘든 거를 넘어설 수 있는 건지 네, 같은 이치인 건지 질문 드리고요.
So, Master, I collected about 4 or 5 persons' data during the fasting. There was a really hard time and there was a crisis. Someone told me that just listening to your English Dharma talk, they were able to overcome the difficulties of the fasting. Does that mean that listening to your Dharma talk creates a blessing that helps with the pain and the crisis?
Yes. I think so. I hope so.
그다음에 마스터께서 좀 전에 온라인하고 현장이랑 차이가 있다고 하셨는데 한국에 굉장히 에너지에 센시티브한 어떤 남자분이 계세요. 근데 이제 그분이 저한테 얘기를 해줬는데 마스터가 계신 곳에서 하는 거랑 절에 와서 실제로 듣는 거랑 현재 진행되고 있는 유튜브를 듣는 거랑 다 끝난 법문을 나중에 듣는 거랑 에너지 차이가 많이 난다고 들었거든요. 세라님 괜찮으세요? 네, 그래서 마스터께서 방금 말씀하신 설명을 저한테 설명해 준 사람이 있어서 공유 드립니다.
So I'd like to share another Korean gentleman. He shared this story about the difference in energy. He's very sensitive to the energy. So he told me that the energy difference between online listening and directly listening your Dharma talk, or after the Dharma talk listening to your teaching, they're all different energy levels that he could feel.
Wow, I couldn't tell any difference. Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing. What happened to you, my dear? You sound calmer, as if your husband just scolded you or something. Huh? Has he been nice to you, or he broke your heart or something like that, and you don't feel like living anymore? You notice that she sounds different? Huh? Makes you wonder, huh? Yeah, what's going on? Okay, never mind, leave him alone. He just needs to be left alone. All right. Okay, so the point, simple point, I know it took a while to help you understand, is that it takes a lot of blessings to be able to delight in listening to the Dharma. Is that clear? That's how you check for yourself. And this is not boasting or anything, just this is the facts, okay? And because I use Buddhas as a standard, okay? The gold standard to help you understand, okay? Now, this guy here, his sound makes his subjects experience delight. What does it tell you? What is the clue right here? He's very close to being a Buddha, isn't he? Because Buddha, when he speaks, okay, everyone experiences delight. This guy, when he speaks, his dragons experience delight. See that? You see how they prepare for that job? It's called on-the-job training. Yeah, cool? So in order for this Dragon King booming sound carrying everywhere to eventually become a Buddha, he needs to create delight in his sounds, and he's doing it. So he's pretty close to Buddhahood, at least a few 100 billion years away. So far, so good. Okay? Now, how about impartial? Impartial sound. Yes, 5.
That means that is bipartisan, so Democrat and Republicans.
Yeah, that I understand. Anyone else? What's impartial? The point here, folks, when you listen to his sound, you become less discriminating, right? Impartial means less discriminating. You don't discriminate anymore, therefore, you're not as afflicted. Do you know that your affliction is because you discriminate? Did you realize that? All right? Very good. Okay. You can go through this slide here yourself if you like. It's online. Okay. Next, 264. Dragon King free from burning afflictions.
无热恼龙王
Gain a passage into liberation of a cloud of great compassion that overspreads everywhere, eradicating all the suffering in the world.
得以大悲普覆云，灭一切世间苦解脱门。
Oh, sorry. It's over. Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, let me see what he says. Okay, that's good. I don't remember what he said. Inclement weather and so forth. Okay, that's for his disciples. Okay, I will talk to you differently. So this free of heat, free from hot afflictions, Dragon King. So this is what he does. he managed to have this ability, okay, free from burning affliction. So first of all, afflictions are like a fire. Remember that. This is one first lesson the name says here. Free from burning afflictions, meaning that the more severe your afflictions, okay, the more it burns you. Okay? The point being that it doesn't matter the cause of the affliction, it doesn't matter how justified it is for you to be afflicted, you still are getting burned. Is that clear? So why do you choose to get afflicted? You don't need to blame others. If you're afflicted, that's your problem. We understand each other. Okay? Don't blame others. Say, I'm afflicted because you are so wrong. You are so, you are so unreasonable. You are so yourself. I can't take it. You're just too much of yourself. I can't stand you. Okay? So remember, if you're afflicted, it's your problem. It's no one else's fault. I hope it helps. Stop blaming others. And you're still blaming others. Why? It's because you're manic. I know many of you are that way. You keep on blaming others. It's so natural for you. You say, I don't care. Okay? All of you, pay attention. You get afflicted, and when you explain to you say, I don't care. Okay? He's so wrong. She's so wrong. I don't know how, Master, you can put up with that. Because I'm Master and you're not. All right? So remember that, folks. Remember, if you're afflicted, okay, and if you find yourself blaming others, it's you who are wrong. You are manic. You keep on blaming others. Okay? So the best thing for you is not to get afflicted. Okay? Solve your affliction and stop blaming others. Blaming others is not solve your afflictions at all. Affliction because, why are you afflicted? Because you choose to be afflicted. That's it. It rains, you get afflicted. You choose to be afflicted. It shines, you choose to be afflicted. Now it's too hot. It rains, it's too wet. My sweet shoes are going to be ruined. Okay? So you choose to be afflicted. You give yourself a reason to be afflicted. And that's total nonsense. You choose to be afflicted. That's all you're doing. And you keep on blaming others. Yes, too.
Emitofuo, Master. Speaking of afflictions, I'm very manic. But in my case, with some people, I feel like in my brain, like pain in my brain or pain on my belly or pain on my back or things like that. It's like just my manic goals take over.
Yep. That's not you. That's not you at all. It's nonsense.
And
whose fault is it?
I don't know.
You don't know? You really don't know?
Because if I feel the pain like in my back with a specific person, I just tend to blame that person.
Okay.
Like, for example, when I was 18, we used to have a friend, he will visit us, and I would just feel like it's really painful on my back and my hips, and I'll just wake up and start like blaming him. And he said, you have this pain, you have this, and blah, 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 and I'm feeling it, and blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Some of my disciples are very sensitive. Very sensitive. Never mind about manic yet. I'm talking about low level. Something a lot less severe. They're so sensitive that when they near certain people, they hurt all over. The body aches.
Sometimes too.
Okay? Happens to some people. They're so sensitive. that when others who are afflicted are near them, they feel hurt. They feel pain in the bodies, in the minds.
Yeah, right here, like sometimes on the right side or sometimes on my left or either way.
Yeah, sometimes the throat, sometimes in the bones. Okay, yeah, there's no fixed area, but it's very scary because in our world we need to work with others. We need to help others. We open the doors of the temple. Anyone can walk in, and these people are so sensitive. They feel pain. It's very difficult for them. Okay, unlike you. Okay, they also manage, but unlike you, they know it's their jobs. Okay, because their job is to learn how to help others. So they have to endure it. So what they did is they endured for long enough and then they run away. They find an excuse, go buy some cup of coffee, go take a walk or something, because it's too much. They can't take it anymore.
Like 6 years ago, I heard your Dharma talk, and so
6 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I started following you like 7 years ago, and I heard someone expose the same case, and you say that you have to endure it. And then I just realized I just need to go to the temple and start cultivating because there's no other way, just doing it.
No other way. There's only one way, is to endure it. Exactly. Okay? That's how you solve the problem. Anything else is a Band-Aid. It's not going to fix it. Okay? But you don't have to overdo it. You endure it, and then when it's too much, you walk away. Okay? But the one thing you have to remember for yourself, you never blame someone else. Just like my disciples, they cannot afford to say, I'm in pain, I'm hurting because of you, because of this or that person. No, they have no choice. Their job is learn to help everyone. We make it very clear for them already. Your job is to help everyone, no discrimination.
Master, and it gets even worse when I know where is it coming from.
Yeah. And
because I think
for my disciples, so when they realize that this person is a very strong source of pain and suffering, they run away from that person and try to keep the distance. That's normal too. Okay? And your problem, let's go back to your problem, okay, is that you allow yourself to blame others. And that's why you behave a certain way. Okay? You say, this is not my fault, this is not fair, and so forth. Whereas my disciples, they don't have such a luxury. They have no choice. So what they have to do is they endure as much as they can, and then they run away. Okay? They walk away. And then, and eventually, the good news is that after years of doing that, guess what happened?
They overcome it.
They're able to take it. This is the nature of suffering. The more you endure suffering, okay, it's like the more you subject yourself to being beaten up, okay, your body becomes stronger and you will no longer be affected by it. And you reach, let me give you a secret now. Don't tell the Korean. Oh, wait, they're listening. If you endure the beating, we take a beating, okay? And you keep on increasing taking on more and more beating. You know what's going to happen? This is a secret now. Don't tell it. Don't tell the others. Let's edit this out, okay? We turn it into a paying session or something like that, okay? If you endure the beating, guess what happens? You reach. I'm teaching you and giving you a shortcut that will be faster and easier than the Buddha's teaching. You reach 1A. People have been whining to me, say, how come this strict master You've been revealing a lot of secrets to the Koreans that you never taught in America. That's why I'm compensating for it. Now in America. Okay? Just endure the beating, you'll reach 1A. You don't need to understand anything. You don't need to learn Buddhism. You don't need to attend lectures. Just endure the beating. That's all. Of course, if you come to the temple and you listen to the lecture, it's a little bit faster for you. But if all you know is that you do that with your foundation right now, you have already, okay? Endure more of the beating, you reach 1A. That's it. You don't need me anymore. Go with God. Okay, go to the externalists and practice with them. You will become 1A because you're on the way.
Thank you, Master.
Good luck to you. All right? That's the beauty of it. Stop blaming others. Look at it as an opportunity because I observed it. In my disciples, they get tougher and tougher and tougher. One day, it doesn't bother them. They don't need to run away anymore. Yeah, cool? Okay. Yeah. Yes, too.
Hello, Master. I have a question regarding Buddha nature. So it's my understanding that Buddha nature manifested everything. And I'm curious as to, since we cultivate and we return to and dwell in Buddhahood, meaning that it's a permanent state, and we can help others while we're there, but why did we leave the original Buddha nature in the first place, and how come that original mind was not a permanent dwelling place in the first place?
Beats me is the answer. I don't know everything. What does it look like? I know everything? It's a fair question, but not a good question. Why not? It's because the die has been cast already. All you need to know is that ordinary people, they don't realize they're in trouble. Okay? At least you say, I'm afflicted, I'm suffering, I want to do something about it, and this is working for me so far because you have a lot of blessings. Is that clear? Okay? The point being that why from Buddha nature we got so far and further away. The explanation from the Buddhist teaching is way beyond me. I don't understand it. And the Buddhist teaching is that this is in the Avatamsaka Sutra. He says, originally, you have a Buddha nature right there. Okay? And all of a sudden, in the midst of the purity or the beauty there, wonders there, one false thought arose. What false thought? This is from the sutra. I didn't make it up because I don't understand it myself. So I tend to memorize things I don't understand. Okay? To be honest with you. So one false thought arises. It says, let's add more light. And from that thought there was the beginning of all. And then from one thought arose another thought, subsequent thoughts, and so forth and so forth. That's the confusion began to compound lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So now where we are right now, you don't realize that where we are today is like so long ago when it happened. Is that clear? This is a Buddhist teaching. As of 2025 here in the Saha world, we've been this way. We've been revolving the wheel for so long that we don't even remember how it started ourselves. Is that clear? Monkey Sunim. Okay, so because has it happened so long, so think about it. When it says beginningless time, that's what it really means. Since so long ago, we don't remember when it started. So does it make a difference? Why anymore? Because we're so deeply immersed in it. It doesn't matter anymore. All that matters right now for us is trying to get out of it, not how we got to here. Much more important is that how to get out of it. Okay? Same thing. Your neighbor there, he says, I have this problem because it's caused by this event, this person, so forth. It doesn't matter. Okay? It's not pointing the finger, it's not trying to understand why. It's just that all you have to do is endure. Okay? And cultivate the endurance. Okay? Increase your endurance, and that's how you get out. You get back to the original nature.
I think my confusion comes from not understanding why returning to Buddhahood through cultivation is a permanent state versus originally when it wasn't a permanent state. So does that mean that we can still have falsehood when we return again?
It's a very valid point. It's an excellent point, which I don't know how to answer, to be honest with you. All I'm preoccupied with, what I'm obsessed with, is that to go back there. And I assure you, once you go back there, okay, you'll never have to suffer again. Like this guy here, this Dragon King here, he does not have any sufferings anymore. He has little suffering, but not as much as you think. Okay? And so not the same kind of severity that we are experiencing right now. Okay? So his sufferings are becoming more minimal, so become so minuscule now. Okay? And then eventually it goes away. And that state becomes permanent. He's not permanent yet, but he's very close to it, this guy. Does it help? Once you get there, you will never have to worry again. Okay? That's all I know. All right? Great questions.
Master.
Very good. Yes, 9. See, eventually, I know I will run out of things to talk to you, to teach you, and then you're going to start asking questions I don't know, I don't have the answers to. You see, we're so close now. That's retirement age for me. Yes, 9.
Thank you, Master. Is cultivating endurance, is that capped at 1A, or can you surpass 1A if you continue to cultivate endurance?
You go much higher, much higher than that. But 1A is the foundation. If you get to 1A, then you say, now I know how to endure, okay? I have a track record of being able to endure, because when I endure, I open my wisdom. Once you have that, it snowballs. It starts snowballing. Before that, you don't know how to endure. That's the difference. People talk about it only, but they don't understand how to do it. They say, of course, Master YongHua says endure, told this woman to endure, and so forth. But it's only their imagination. It's not until you get to 1A and say, I've done it. Okay? I know the road now. I know how to do it now. Okay? And that's why many of you have reached beyond that. That's why you keep on coming here to endure my nonsense. Yes, sir, in the back. 8.
Emitofuo, Master, this one I'm not sure is Buddhism hold this view. Some people say that we are all still dreaming, that we have not lost from our original nature. It's just that we are dreaming that we have lost it. And all the practices we are doing is to see that it's always there. It's
a fair interpretation, okay? But it's a supposition, it's a theory instead of a proven recipe. Okay? Yeah, I say, okay, so it's this way or is it that way? My interest personally is whatever you like to explain it, okay? Why and so forth. What's more important to me personally is now whatever your theory is, how do you get out of it? How do you fix it? Don't say that, yeah, eventually it's this way, therefore eventually you get back to your nature. It's not eventually. I want to know, how do we get from here to there? Otherwise, it's just theory to me. Okay? I personally want empirical evidence. I want real data. I want a real person. Like Master YongHua says, I was there and I got back here. And this is how I did it. And this is how my disciples did it. That is what of interest to me. Okay? And this is a problem with a lot of theories. All the theories are not wrong, but they don't necessarily help you get out of trouble. It only makes you think that you understand. Okay? The real knowledge to me is how to fix the problem, not the theory. Okay? Point number one. Point number two, okay, is that when Buddha spoke Dharma, he explained the sutras and so forth, are the actual validated theories, okay, that his disciples have proven with their lives, their own personal cultivation already. Okay, so whatever the Buddha taught in Tripitaka, as recorded in our scriptures, okay, have been validated already by his disciples and by the Buddha himself. Whereas a lot of theories advanced out there in the non-Buddhist world have not been validated. We have a lot of success cases where they actually proven the Buddhist theory to be authentic and true. And that's the difference. And, it's something, unfortunately, that the Buddhists don't make it clear enough, okay? Especially in the Dharma ending age, where people are, especially in the academia, they advance this theory and that theory, and that's what they're supposed to do, okay? But they can't really prove it until 30, 50 years later, 100 years later. For us, in the Buddhist world, in my world, I need to have authentication, certification, that's true, before I follow. Okay? All right? So we are a lot more conservative. Yes, it's not just knowledge alone, but I need to have validation. Okay? I need to have someone, and this is very typical in Buddhism. I have someone, a person in flesh, like Master YongHua, my Chinese teacher, who listened to the theory and he cultivated and he got out. So he says, what I learned is true. What I heard is true. Those are the people that I tend to follow. Okay? Not just someone say, oh, to me, this is how it is. And I said, then my first reaction is that, it sounds good, but have you really escaped? Have you validated for yourself? Okay? In Buddhism, usually we don't talk until after we validated it. Why not? It's about a matter of credibility. We spend a lifetime building up our credibility, many lifetimes establishing our credibility. Okay, so we're not worried about, number of disciples right now, where we have a lot of disciples, therefore we must be real something. No, it takes a long time, many lifetimes. For example, a lot of people here, and the people online, and the people who'll be watching videos have been practicing. We've been practicing for a long time already, and that's why they trust me. It takes that long to build that trust. Okay, like my Taiwanese disciple, she says, the first person to come to the door, I give him 1 year at least before I can begin to trust him. I say, only 1 year? For me, it's 10 years. Yes, go Forrest.
I just want to define a word before I ask my question. The word is stupid, and I define it as someone who doesn't know reality from, I guess, unreality. They don't know what's real or not. Should we be, as people, followers of Buddha, should we be concerned with the growing numbers of stupid people in this world?
No, we shouldn't be worried about the number of stupid people in the world, because whether you're worried or not, they will keep on increasing. So there's no point in worrying about it, okay? It's a valid point. However, it's not how it works in Buddhism, okay? First of all, there's 2 steps. Number 1, if you're worried about stupidity, don't worry about other stupidity. Worry about your own stupidity. All right? When you're still stupid, it doesn't matter if others are stupid or not. It's irrelevant to you. Okay? If you only look at other stupidity, it does not help with your stupidity. And therefore, in Buddhism, we know better. We said, I realize I'm stupid, okay? And therefore, my job number 1 is to get rid of my stupidity. Whether others are stupid or not, doesn't matter. Okay? It's their lives. Okay? My worry about their stupidity does not reduce my stupidity. If I realize I'm stupid, I should get rid of my stupidity. That's priority number 1. And once you are able to reduce your stupidity, you get to the point where you'll be able to stop your stupidity. That's called enlightenment. That's 4A, 4th stage Arhat. You can stop your stupidity. You cannot get rid of it, but you can stop it. Okay? Once you can stop it, then you'll be trained to the next level where you're able to rise above your stupidity. Okay? And then then naturally, in order for you to progress further, you have to learn how to help with other stupidity. The point being that I understand your message is that we should be concerned about other stupidity. My answer to you is premature for you to worry about it. You should worry about your own first, and then eventually, I assure you, you'll be taught how to help with other stupidity. But it takes 2 steps. 1, take care of yourself. Number 2, before you're able to help others. If you cannot help yourself, how can you possibly dream of helping others? And this is a problem with confused people. Mothers, fathers who are still confused, and they think they're helping their children. They can't. They're only giving their children their stupidity, that's all. So instead of passing on their stupidity, they should get rid of their stupidity first. All right? Okay, thank you. You have great questions today. And for the fourth time in my teaching career, someone asked me a question I could not answer. I'm getting old. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.